here with Gus. So this is Gus, and he is going to help me do some restraint holds for a medium, large, giant breed dog. These are going to be mainly on the floor. If you had an exam table that would lift, you would be able to do these on a table a little bit easier. But if I were to put him on a table, he would be too high for someone of my height to be able to have a good enough control. So I'm going to see if he'll stand up for me. There we go. So this is our forklift or our standing restraint, which I have him a little bit freaked out because he doesn't know what I'm doing. Ben, will you get him some treats, please? So we're going to try to treat him as we go so that he's not as stressed. So let's stand up and I can show them sitting. So if you have them in a position, he wants to sit for me. If he wouldn't sit, I can take this arm and push at his hocks and they'll typically sit for you. Go ahead and give him a treat. So I want to make sure that he is rewarded because he's scared of doing things too. So I want to make sure this is positive for him. Now he's like, oh, Ben has those. So if I needed him in sternal recumbency, what I'm going to do is, if I was going to restrain for cephalic venipuncture, I am going to stand on the opposite side of the leg that we're going to use. So his cephalic vein is here on the top part of his leg, his front leg. And I'm going to stand on the opposite side of the leg we're going to use. I'm going to use my arm closest to his head to restrain his head. Okay? But before I get there, I'm going to use both hands to pull his front feet out and lay him down. I'm going to restrain his head, and then I can use my other hand to roll off his vessel. Can you hold his paw up, please? Jasper?
Jasper, that's in the way.
Jasper's helping, not so much. He's a little bit attached to me with him being afraid. So, but again, I'll do this without Ben's help so that you can see. Somebody would be holding his paw. I would put my free hand on top and his elbow pit, if you will, and that would roll that vessel up. And then I'm going to have this hand, I can lock it behind my head to have more control. I can put my head down to have more control. He's a pretty docile dog, so I could just control like this. But I want to make sure the head is away from where the venipuncture would be with that. So with the sternal recumbency, or after that we have lateral recumbency. And with that, they can go into that from sternal or from standing. So I'm basically going to reach around and I'm going to grab the legs. It can let me. Get this closer, please. They're closest to me, and I'm going to slide him down my body. I need to have control of his head by putting my arm, my forearm, into his neck. I don't want to push too hard that he can't breathe, but I want to have control. I need to hold these bottom two legs. If I let go of these, he can get them under himself and he can get up. If I have control of these two legs, he's less likely to get up. If he was any bigger, I would have to have someone helping me. So I would be in charge of this end, and somebody would be working at this end for me. If we were doing a lateral saphenous venipuncture, the person at this end would have to hold off at this thigh so that you could draw on this vessel, which is his lateral saphenous vein, okay? So that is one way that we do this. He's such a docile dog that I wouldn't have to do this hold most of the time, but if he was more rambunctious, I could do nail trim in this position, we could do venipuncture, we could do most of an exam. It gives me a little bit more control. So those are the three. I'll let him get up and get a treat. But those are the three restraints that I expect you guys to be able to perform. You need to show me the standing. You need to show me the sternal recumbency for cephalic venipuncture. You don't have to necessarily do the roll off on the leg. And then you need to show me the lateral recumbency. So those are the 3 that I need to see for the dog. If you were doing this in a small dog, it's a little bit different, but the end result is the same. It's just you're going to be on a table. And I'll see if I can get Jasper to cooperate, but as you can tell, he's a little stressed. So we'll see. Okay, I'm done.